Edgar's thinking of getting an RTX 3070.
Well, PC in general.
Well, a PC in general, but no. But I'm gonna make sure that he just gets the graphics card.
Oh God,
Nothing else.
He's partaking in the one graphics card challenge where you eat one single motherboard and just
Oh God,
bite into it.
God.
I have no knowledge of any of this.
Well, you see, with the RTX thing, Robin is trying to convince me to consume a graphics card because he thinks that it would show to the world that, hey, look, this kid Edgar knows how to eat computer stuff, and it's crazy, right? And he wants to use it like as a thumbnail clickbait stuff.
He just loves thermal paste.
Oh my God, thermal paste.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious. That's one way to get your fiber.
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. I mean, when it comes to, I heard that it has the RTX has good iron in it, so it's like a potato, so it helps you get iron and stuff. But this is literal iron. You also it has a weird shock on it. I know I was telling Robin, he's all like, you're just being a pussy, and it was just going all around like that, and I was like, okay, I guess. And then my teeth got all yellow and stuff. My tongue was red more than usual,
I was just like, it's fine, just keep going.
It's like shaving, the burn means it's working, the shock means it's working. It's those vitamins.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you don't eat razors before? Who doesn't eat razors?
Yeah, Gage. God.
I'm allergic.
Shut up.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, hi. Welcome back to. It's been quite a while since we've had a mini episode, and of course,
7 years.
It's been 355 7 days and 2 minutes since we had our last Grand Slam mini episode. That's probably not correct, but we tried.
We've been away for so long that Casey Kasem is now here.
Who's Casey Kasem?
I was the voice of Shaggy in the old Scooby-Doo shows.
You're not.
Isn't Casey Kasem that classics guy on the radio?
He's the radio personality. Okay. He had passed away. But he's famous for being radio personality and voicing Shaggy on the original Scooby-Doo show, right. And revoicing him in the What's New Scooby-Doo. Yeah.
Nice.
So a lot of in What's New Scooby-Doo, a lot of the actors that voiced I think it was just Fred and Shaggy, and I think Velma. I think they came back from the original to do the voices again.
No way.
Yes.
Nice.
I could be wrong about Velma, but I know for sure Fred and Shaggy are from the original.
So you're a fucking liar.
How old were the actors in the original one?
Probably like in their 20s and their.
Oh, okay. I was under the impression these were full-grown adults.
At this point, they're like, yeah, well. Casey Kasem's dead, but
oh my god!
Hey, that's not bad.
And who's been sitting in on this podcast?
What is going on?
Well, you see, it's just a recording. They didn't get that's all it is.
He knew that he was going to be recordings. He knew he was going to be on a podcast show called The Grand Slam, so he made some recordings.
Yeah, he made this recording right here. And that's it, you know. it was just one word.
It's just a soundboard.
like,
Piece together.
bruh, like.
Oh my god. Okay.
Anyways, hi guys. We're doing the intro.
I felt that joke had more mileage. I felt like we could have gone on for another 3 minutes with that.
Give it another 30. But as you could hear through us talking, we have some special guests today, and of course, yes, of course, I have one of my lovely co-hosts with me, Mr. Robin Machuca, and our buddy Will. You know, he moved into a new place. He's still trying to settle in, and we all wish him the best. But you know,
you'll all the way up to Austin town.
He went all the way up to Austin.
Hell yeah, we proud of our boy Will. When Will's watching this or anyone watching this, give us some likes and subscribes and some hearts in the comments when you see this.
And into celebration, we're gonna have Edgar put 4 cigars in all 4 of our mouths.
Okay. Yes. Oh yeah. This is the point where we have everyone here and all of us have cigars in them.
We'll understand why they are cigars. So,
but the thing is, it's not gonna be us in the picture. It's just gonna be Shaggy. It's just 4 Shaggies with cigars.
With 4 cigars.
With 4 cigars.
I want to get one of those Acme cigars.
And Edgar, I swear, if it is not there the entire episode, I will come find you.
Oh my god. And he knows where I live. Please, no.
Alrighty.
So
enough nonsense.
Enough nonsense. It's time to introduce our guest, Robin. We have guests on this show today. First guest we have is our returning guest, our good buddy who also does streams, Mr. Gage, also known as OddEyesGardevoir on Twitch.
You can't prove I've done streams live on stream.
Well, maybe the link below or on this video will prove you wrong, Gage.
Oh shit. I forgot I printed the receipts myself.
What?
But yeah, I do stream. I play fighting games, I speedrun games, I play whatever the hell I'm feeling.
Hell yeah. And then our next guest,
kind of same, yeah.
True that. We fucks with everything. Yeah. Everything. And of course, we have a new guest on our Grand Slam show, a good buddy of ours here that we met in our university times here, Mr. Julian.
Salutations! It's wonderful to be here. I've been very excited. I've been expecting this for like a very long time, but of course with finals, you know, and everything going on, the holidays, it's been, I'm assuming it's been a busy time for everybody.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Fun fact, guys. Originally, we wanted to have him for at least we were gonna have him as a guest for one of our episodes for the Halloween stuff, but unfortunately, our schedules were kind of all over the place. That unfortunately he wasn't able to make it. Same thing with Gage, but hey, we have you guys here now. What did you? Yeah.
Thank you. I am raising my glass. You can't see it, but it's there.
Yeah, I'm here.
Also, sorry for Mr. Julian's audio. We did the best we can to fix it. It does sound better than it did before, but we're just gonna say that he's, you know, as Will says, as Will and Robin said previously, the trash can edition. So he's yes. This, instead of me in the can this time, it's Julian in the can.
Yes. See, Julia, we have from time to time we have a time where it's we call it the trash can edition of the show. It's usually because it's when Will would have to be on his phone for audio stuff. So it's kind of like that, and we kind of joke about that. But yeah. So, all right, but welcome to the trash can edition.
You know, it'll probably be a while, but I think How big this trash can?
Yes.
Very roomy.
Yeah. So we don't on the trash can edition of the show. We don't have. It's only really the two hosts. Let's be honest. It's me and Will from South Texas. In the trash can edition. Because we don't have Will. Edgar, you get to come out of the tin trash can outside and into the dumpster.
Oh boy! I finally can do it.
It's not even that; it's a recycle bin. He went from the north end to the.
We will have to put you in the recycling bin while you're on the garbage couch. Of course, we are reporting live outside of the Denny's on 13th Street in the back. So Edgar, please be aware of the falling pancake batter and extra pancakes that get thrown out of Denny's.
Robin just did a reference. You'll see the link on the top here in the corner. Ding ding.
Okay. Today we have two other guests on the trash can edition. We have Julian, who is in the trash bin of where Edgar would be outside, and we also got Gage. Gage, what is next for your gaming career? That is all we have time for. So let us move on to our special guest. Our special guest is none other than the Skull Vodka person himself, Dan Aykroyd. Let's give Dan Aykroyd a round of applause for being here.
Dan Aykroyd.
He seems to be lost. He's in the parking lot, walking around lost.
Oh, he's trying.
He saw an alien or something.
He saw an alien. He's very distracted, and he is now putting on his boonie hat and is now walking into the forest in the back part of the parking lot. We have lost Dan Aykroyd.
He's going, gone.
He is gone. All we can see now is his car with, it seems in the back seat is just filled with Skull vodka. That is a lot of alcohol that he's trying to sell. I'll be honest. Wow. It is a pretty smooth vodka.
I mean, he tried to sell it to me once, but
we're not sponsored by Dan Aykroyd's Skull vodka.
No,
but I will attest it is pretty good.
He could sell it back to 50 Cent. He was trying to get his skull back that one time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
true that.
I heard he was rehearsing for a new role.
Yeah. But that's all we have time for since we have lost Dan Aykroyd. So we are going to move on to the actual show.
Yes. now we're finally here at this mini episode show. So as you can tell from the title and everything here, we're talking about this year's Game Awards.
Oh my God, it's that time again.
It's that time of the season where some of us will watch it because we honestly are watching it to see if some of our favorite games win an award, and what games will they announce.
And will the viewership be even higher than this past year's Academy Awards?
Yeah, I will. Yeah, that's the one thing we'll say. As much as there's kind of like issues with the Game Awards, and we're like, what the hell with this, and then like there's things going on with this one, but like at the end of the day, every year the viewership for the fucking Game Awards gets higher and higher. It's already outviewed the Oscars.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Yeah, it's impressive, and it's just it's getting even better and better. Well, in terms of showmanship, not so much with the other controversial stuff, especially the Oscars. So
it's like as the viewership of the Game Awards goes higher, the viewership for the Oscars get lower and lower. But we're not going to talk about every Game Award nominee today and talk about what happens after the awards. Because, to be honest, some of these awards we don't really care for. Like, does anyone know the best esports event or...
That's why I'm here. I told you before we started. Only esports. Only the esport coach.
How are you not a fan of the International 10, Edgar? How are you not a fan?
I thought it was the International 13.
It says International 10.
Oh, it's the 10. Oh, I don't fucking play Dota.
I don't play Dota. What the fuck is that shit? The fuck?
Or what about PUBG Mobile Global Championship 2020? You know how people are still playing PUBG?
Remember when that game launched and you were only matched against bots?
Yeah.
Because they didn't have enough people to play PUBG Mobile?
Yeah.
Is that game still in beta?
I
don't think so, right?
No,
I think it is still in beta.
I think it's like one of those things where it's going to always be in beta.
Oh god.
Yeah, like Fortnite.
Yeah, like Fortnite. We're now
Fortnite.
getting ready for Fortnite Chapter 3. Anyway, let's talk about the Game Awards.
Let's talk about Game Awards. Let's see what category I'm looking.
God.
Yeah.
I'm looking through the vast variety of games. See what we think, because this time we're gonna be like, who do we think? Each of us are gonna be like, who do we think will win, and who do we want to win?
Let's start from the bottom and go to the very top one. So
Well,
I got the Wikipedia.
I'm at the bottom over here. This damn.
Not the exact bottom, but like let's say.
Let's see, 2021.
Esports.
Just go to EA Sports.
Yeah, let's just right to EA
Sports. Let's see. The Game Awards nominees are Bananas. Bananas again. Bananas 2. Bananas 3. Now, who do you think is gonna win?
I think Bananas 5 will make.
Bananas
I'm very
5?
fond of 3.
Yeah. Banana 3 is pretty good, but but I heard Banana 1's not that great. Like, I think Banana's like kind of lame.
Fucking apples weren't nominated. This place is a fucking rag.
No, I don't know. Bananas 1 was pretty good, but once you get to Banana 2, the peeling, I don't know. There's many twists and turns in there. I could not follow.
That's true.
Let's go ahead. Let's start with best multiplayer game. And we're going to talk about Bananas. So
best multiplayer.
If I can find it. There it is, best multiplayer.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom.
So,
Word.
what we got for best multiplayer game, we got Back 4 Blood by Turtle Rock Studios, It Takes Two by Hazelight Studios, Knockout City by VLAN, Monster Hunter Rise by Capcom, New World by Amazon, and Valheim by Iron Gate.
So, first thing I have a problem with, New World, Amazon Games is an MMO. It has already lost like 80% of its player base since launching just last month. And Valheim's fun, but that game's not even done yet.
I honestly think it's going to either go to the 3 that it would probably either go to is for Back 4 Blood, It Takes Two, or Monster Hunter Rise. I have not heard a peep about Knockout City.
I've heard a lot about Knockout City when it came out. I'll be honest.
Yeah, but that came out a few months ago.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was similar. I think Knockout City and New World were on that similar boat where there was a lot of content creators getting sponsored by them, and so they were playing the game nonstop, and then after that it just kind of died down.
Yeah, and that was it.
But I don't know. I think most likely it could possibly go to Monster Hunter Rise just because of multiplayer, because It Takes Two. Technically, yes, it's a multiplayer, but it's also it's more co-op than anything.
Yeah. But I mean, it's co-op, but that's still multiplayer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the award does include co-op and massive multiplayer experiences.
Okay.
If you're
I would have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
I would have to give it to Back 4 Blood, Monster Hunter, or New World as well. That's because those are the most ones where you can have more cooperation, more fun in the game. And with New World, they're just trying to ride on the wow, I can't believe I'm drawing a blank. No, I can't seem to think of the name of the game. Made by Blizzard. It was an MMORPG.
World of Warcraft?
World of Warcraft. My goodness. Yeah. And I think that's what everyone is coming from.
What's that little indie game?
How.
What's that little indie game they made? It was it's on the tip of my tongue. Got kickstarted.
I deserve this. I can't believe I forgot this. I'm so ashamed.
The little thing.
Hang on, wait.
I don't know if you heard about it. It's a little hidden gem.
I just kind of go like, wow.
I am so ashamed. I deserve to be admonished.
Because it's like going wow, because it's like, you know, World of Warcraft, but I'm also like, wow. Anyway.
Don't worry, Robin. I'll add some royalty-free applause for that.
But yeah, Back 4 Blood. I think Back 4 Blood is going to be a big one this year because everyone's nostalgic about Left 4 Dead, and these guys that made Left 4 Dead. And once you put that name on here, you know, a lot of people are going to play it. A lot of people are going to be reminiscent about it, and people are going to be playing for the memories.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel it could be a toss-up between Back 4 Blood and It Takes Two. Hazelight puts out great experiences to watch and play through, especially after Brothers and A Way Out.
Yeah.
And I haven't gotten too deep into Back 4 Blood, but I did like what little I played of it. And for Monster Hunter, I don't want to play it on the Switch anymore. I would rather play it on PC.
Yeah. Which is coming out soon. I think, is it January coming out on PC?
I think so.
But yeah, I think it's possibly, it could be between those three: Back 4 Blood, It Takes Two, and Monster Hunter Rise. If I were to pick, I probably would give it a Monster Hunter Rise, just because out of all of them, like, I'm very interested in like how Monster Hunter is played.
It's fun.
Because like with It Takes Two, like, I don't know, like I've seen some of the gameplay. Kind of, I don't think it's for me. I probably could give it a try, but I don't know about that one. Back 4 Blood, I've heard good things about it. I just need to try it out to see how that goes.
Thankfully, it is free on Game Pass.
Ooh.
I think one of the most important things about a multiplayer game is the replayability. And the ones that I hear with that is definitely Back 4 Blood, Monster Hunter, and New World.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
For me, like, even though I feel like it's between those three, Back 4 Blood, It Takes Two, and Monster Hunter, I'm stuck between, my pick is either Back 4 Blood or for Monster Hunter. But if I had to choose, I'd probably pick Back 4 Blood, because I feel like that would be one I'd keep going back to, even from time to time. There would be times I'd feel like I could go back to playing Left 4 Dead 2, and that's what I feel like I would get that same vibe from Back 4 Blood.
I can see that.
Okay.
Let's do. I want to do this one. Let's see what our takes on this one. I don't know. I think maybe Gage will have more on this one, but who knows? Best fighting game.
Oh shit!
So the nominees for best fighting game is starts with Demon Slayer: The Hinokami Chronicles, Guilty Gear Strive, Melty Blood Type Lumina, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, and Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. Ooh.
I don't really have a pick for this because the only one I know is Nickelodeon All-Stars.
So let's break it down. Let's start with, I believe what came out first was Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown.
Yeah.
So this came out as a free promotion on PlayStation Plus. And when it came out, people were already skeptical, but still excited. Like, oh, new Virtua Fighter. But it did not have the glorious rollback netcode, which was coming out real soon for Guilty Gear Strive.
Oh, yeah.
What it did come out with was some weird Frankenstein put together ping between different servers across the world to match up with people, and was really weird.
Yeah, that was really weird. Like, sometimes you connect with something that's like, oh, like someone from far away, and then like that like connection's all whack as shit.
Yeah, like if you're a player in California, in SoCal, trying to play someone in Europe, you're pinging an African server. It's real strange. And after like the first week it launched, I did not touch it again.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Like, I played it because like, oh, seems cool. I want to play it out there. I want to try Virtual Fighter, but I was like, Not fully for me, but I could
Yeah.
I could kind of see the appeal.
Most 3D fighters aren't really my thing, but and
Mhm.
Virtua Fighter 5 is
Mhm.
definitely something for some people and just not for me.
Yeah, I think for me personally, my favorite 3D fighter is Soul Calibur. I love the way you play the mechanics with Soul Calibur. I would play it. I would play it a lot with my cousins back in Florida, and I don't know, they're just so fun to play Soul Calibur. I've heard of the Demon Slayer like once, and I've never heard of it again.
Demon Slayer, one of the hottest anime / manga out in Japan right now. Just looking at like frames and gifs and trailers, it looks amazing. But for more traditional fighting game players, this is one of those what we call arena fighters, where you run around in a 3D environment.
Oh.
This is similar to other games, say like Jump Force or a bunch of these
Ninja Storm.
Naruto, One Piece, some Dragon Ball games. It's kind of like these
Oh.
games.
Kind of like Xenoverse or something, or Tenkaichi.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Mm.
the problem with this is that they all use the same formula for each game.
hmm
Yeah.
So they're not highly looked on, except from the people that play them.
Mhm.
So I don't think it'll take it. It does look very nice though,
Mhm.
as Demon Slayer would.
Oh yeah.
But these
Have you heard of Melty Blood?
I have
so
never heard of Melty Blood.
Melty Blood, going back to God, it's either the early 2000s or like the late 90s. It is Melty Blood was originally a what we call a doujin fighter, which is like a indie made fan game based on a visual novel game similar to say Danganronpa, Ace Attorney, stuff like that. It
Mhm.
is based on a visual novel game called Tsukihime, which I believe would be translated into Princess of the Moon or something like that.
Hmm.
And Melty Blood and its at the time latest release, which was Melty Blood current actress code again. If
What kind of title is that?
it's a Melty Blood title, that's what it was.
Ah.
And it was always seen as a lower brow fighting game, but had a very dedicated community behind it.
Hmm.
Basically, there was a meme going around is that Melty Blood, whenever there was a fighting game tournament and Melty Blood was there, all the real games would take place on the stage, and Melty Blood would have its grand finals in the bathroom. So if you wanted to play Melty Blood grand, and that's where the meme bathroom floor grand finals comes from. Because that's where you find Melty Blood. With some dudes with their laptop standing on top of the trash can and huddled around with their fight sticks.
Oh my god!
Why?
Just to shit on random anime fighting game players. Whatever. But so, fast forward, the people that made Tsukihime went on to create the most popular thing in the world, which is Fate. Like Fate Stay Night, Fate Stay whatever.
Okay.
The most popular thing in the world. So
Fates.
they made billions and gazillions of money with Fate, and they were actually able to make a Tsukihime remake, which hasn't been translated, but it's on Switch. And they even put out a new fighting game, which is Melty Blood Type Lumina. And that's where we are today. And having just only lived in memes, never touching Melty Blood before, I was like, bathroom grand finals. I'll still buy it. I want to support all fighting games. It's actually become one of my favorite that I still play since launch.
Oh wow.
I absolutely loved it. I was thinking, so they actually put out Melty Blood, the one I was talking about, Actress Code again.
Mm-hmm.
They put out a Steam version. That's not the version that the community plays. They play on a free version that has like good rollback and stuff. the one that they put out on Steam isn't the one I play, but they buy it anyway to support the devs.
Yeah.
That only had a max of 2,000 people who bought it, and only like 37 people play it on Steam.
Damn.
But the free version, which is what everyone plays, has the good online. I have no idea for the population of that, but I'm assuming it's way better than that.
Oh, I can imagine, especially if it's rollback netcode, then yeah, absolutely people would jump on that.
But then we come to Type Lumina. So the last Melty Blood did 2,000. This one did 13,000.
Whoa, okay.
So a huge, like for Melty Blood, this is a success. This is a major success.
Oh, absolutely.
And after playing it, I love it. I love it so much. I even it even got me to start reading the original release of Tsukihime, which I found a translated script of it. I was like, oh wow. So it's like fast, it's real easy to pick up. They added like an auto combo system. Not a lot of people were fans of that, but it does have a decent amount of depth to it. So Melty Blood getting nominated here, finally coming back to the Game Awards. I'm really happy that it got this nomination. It is not going to win. The clear winner here is Guilty Gear Strive. The pride and joy of the FGC.
Yeah.
One of the best looking games to come out.
Oh yeah, especially from Arc System Works.
Arc System Works holding down some of the best looking fighting games out here, starting with Xrd, and then Dragon Ball Fighters, and then here we are at Guilty Gear Strive.
I will say, I recently did pick up Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. I got it on sale for Black Friday. It was $20. I tried it out. It took me a while to get used to it. I was able to change the button mapping. I'm not gonna lie, the game is pretty fucking fun though. It's really fun. Like, I don't know what it is. I really hope that they continue to grow the roster of this game, because mechanically this game is really fun to play with. It's obviously like highly inspired by Smash Brothers.
Yes.
But this game, like, it's basically the Smash Brothers kind of mechanics, but they're strong attacks on a dedicated button now. And then the recent update, they added a stick to be part of that strong attacks. But I don't know what it is. Like, I've been picking it up from time to time, and I'll just play over there. And right now, like, I'm playing as oh, someone dropped a can.
Party fell.
Yeah. It was already empty, so
it's okay. I do that all the time. It also sucks for Nickelodeon to have the Warner Brothers game come in and cut its legs out from under them with having the voice acting and being free to play.
Yeah,
it's
and
really important.
It's a shame of that, because it's like that. It's because, like, so far we don't know how mechanically we don't know how well Multiverses is gonna play yet, and I'm really hoping it's another good Smash clone. Because Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl, it's a really good like take on the Smash formula, like on a platforming fighting game. Like, it does a really good job on it. Like, my favorite, I love playing as Nigel Thornberry, Danny Phantom, and Vader Zim in the game. Like, they're super fun to play as, like, for me, and Leonardo as well. And they're so much fun to play with. Like, the wave dashing they implemented in the game, it's really effective. It doesn't have like that continuous spamming of the A button to make like a different combo with it, but like it does rely on like a lot of air attacks to like do really fun combos, and like everyone has that kind of floaty feel. But it makes the game really fun and very fast depending on how you play it, especially if you get well skilled with it. Like, you could play this game like super fast, and it's really fun. Like, I'm really happy that I picked it up and I've been playing it a lot, because, like, oh man, playing as Nigel Thornberry is really fun. Nigel Thornberry literally has Jigglypuff's down special. He has a sleep move.
I like it.
Finger snap.
Yeah, he does the finger snap, and if you do it too close to the opponent, they KO. You could do like an air combo, like up in the air, and then when you snap your fingers, he just launches up in the sky.
Well, going on that point, I think this is a good thing for the fighting game industry too, as far as Smash clones are concerned, because ever since Smash Brothers Brawl ended, we're starting to see these clones, these Smash-like brawlers, and we're gonna start to see more of them. But one of the things that I've always wondered is how far will they go? Like, are we gonna see a Cartoon Network Smash thing? There's so much more of these that these companies can do, and this is a good way for other companies to get their foot into the door.
Oh yeah, because I guess you could technically call Multiverses like their Cartoon Network thing, because it's adding a lot of their Warner Brother characters, and they are adding Cartoon Network characters because they have like Steven Universe, they have Shaggy, Tom and Jerry, Finn and Jake.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And at the moment we still don't know like the full roster of them, but like they really are trying their best to like compete with the Nickelodeon one, where they're making it free to play. They're adding a lot of other characters that people wanted, but they're also adding excuse me, they're adding voice acting to it. They got fucking Kevin Conroy back. They got the original. They have the actual actress who voiced Arya Stark, who played Arya Stark in Game of Thrones. And for a second, I thought they just had someone who sounded like for a while when I was watching the trailer, I'm like, oh, this girl does a really good Arya Stark impression. And then it turns out it's the actual actress, and I was like, what the fuck? So like so like Warner Brothers is really pulling their punches with this. And I'm really hoping Nickelodeon continues to do well, because it's really fun. It's a really fun game. Obviously, it's not gonna win. It's gonna go to Guilty Gear Strive.
Yeah.
So obviously, because that game is, I haven't had the chance to buy it because it wasn't on sale. But just looking at the game, and I've tested it out a bit, like here and there. Oh man, it looks really fun.
Yeah, it is pretty great.
Also, the music is just fucking great in that game.
Yeah, every song's just a banger.
It's just a fucking banger, dude. But yeah, I think Guilty Gear is gonna take this game, but I wouldn't be mad if Melty Blood or Nickelodeon also took it.
That would be nice. It's not expected, but I'm happy for the nomination of Melty Blood.
Yee. But alrighty, let's see. What's the next category we can talk about? Here's one. I think we all can have a say on this one. Best action / adventure game.
Okay.
So the nominees we have here, we have Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, Metroid Dread, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village, and Psychonauts 2. Now that one.
This is a very, very tight lineup.
Yeah.
There's no clear-cut winner, which I like most about this year.
Oh yeah. I will say I played most of these. I will get to Village soon. I do want to play it before the Game Awards happen, Resident Evil Village. So hopefully by the time before the awards start, I'd be able to have full say on what Resident Evil Village is. Psychonauts 2, I still need to finish the first one, so before I get to the second one.
Yeah, I've put playing 2 on hold for a bit, but I need to go back and finish it. But
if I were to choose who I think will win Best Action Adventure, I don't know who I think would win. That's a tough one. Now, if you're asking me who I want to win, I want Metroid Dread to win, because I finally finished Metroid Dread. I will say it's, I guess you could consider a spoiler alert, but Metroid Dread is my game of the year. I finished it from beginning to end, and that's a good game. That's such a good game. But then again, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart is really great. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy was fun. Damn. But like this lineup's like, yeah, this is kind of I'm trying to like,
I'm trying to narrow it down with the adventure part, which game really takes you on a journey, and it's
for me
really hard.
For me, I think it's gonna be. For me, it's between Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy and Ratchet and Clank.
I might have to give it to Ratchet and Clank.
If we're taking from what Gage said about focusing on the adventure aspect,
I could see that, because I think for me, I'm kind of in between Metroid Dread and Ratchet and Clank, depending on like which one gave me like the best adventure I had. And I really enjoy like the rifting mechanic and how everything like plays out in Ratchet and Clank. Like I really enjoy Guardians, but like I think Ratchet and Metroid were like stronger choices. But for my personal pick, I'd give it to Metroid Dread. But it's really tough to think who I think would take it.
Yeah, because if I was just going on action, I'd probably either give it to Guardians or Ratchet and Clank. But if I was
Yeah.
going on adventure, I'd either give it to Dread or Village.
Yeah.
Because I was it's really weird for me because I haven't really gotten to touch Metroid Dread or Ratchet,
Hmm.
and but I was like really blown away by how good Guardians was. It is not a technical masterpiece by any
Oh,
means.
yeah.
Multiple times I've had to load checkpoints because an enemy didn't die correctly, or I fell out of the world during a slide part.
Yeah.
But I really, really enjoyed the game. I wish
Yeah.
I had waited a little bit so I didn't have to spend $60 for it, and it went on
Mhm.
sale multiple times
Yeah.
up till now. But wow, that was such a really good game.
Yeah. Like if there was
I think-
if there was a category like where people can vote where it's like best like most surprising game, I would give it a Guardians. I was surprised of how really good it was. I was not expecting anything from Guardians because of Square Enix Avengers
Yeah.
and how much of a shit show that was. And so I wasn't expecting anything from Guardians, but then when I kept hearing people say like, "Oh, you tried, it's really good, it's surprising," and I'm like, I don't know. And then I start playing it, and like I play it like all the way through. And like there was points where I stayed up till like almost 3 or 4 in the morning because
Yeah.
I wanted to finish it. And then Robin came over, and then he played it.
Yeah, that was the same for me. I would play this game for hours, and I loved every second of it.
What about you, Robin?
I think like even though it's between Ratchet and Clank and Guardians, I think mine would probably I'd pick is Guardians because
Mhm.
I just had such like I never had a game that really like had me enthralled with the story or just the adventure I was going on, much like this game in a good long while.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
it was just really fun to play. I think that one's my pick for adventure game. If anything, I think it's my game of the year because I really loved it. It was
Mm.
just great for me. So
Yeah. What about you,
I
Mr.
know it's not
Julian?
nominated, but
Yeah.
What was that?
What about you, Julian? Who do you think's gonna? Who do you think, or who do you want for best action adventure?
What I want to win from this category is Ratchet and Clank. Unfortunately, I have not had the luxury of playing any of these games except for Resident Evil Village. Now, I am a huge Resident Evil fan, and I've always been a huge Resident Evil fan. And I played Resident Evil Village three times already. I flipped the game and I played the Mercenaries. But my thing about that is that yes, there's action, yes, there's adventure. The only problem that I see with it is that it's all so condensed. You can finish the game in under 2 hours. In fact, that's an achievement in the game.
Oh,
But
damn.
the reason why I say Ratchet and Clank is because if Ratchet and Clank is anything like their previous main titles, then I'm definitely gonna love playing Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. That's one of the first games I'm going to be playing on the PS5 as well, and I'm very looking forward to it.
Nice.
it's also just such a great launch title too.
Oh
Rift
yeah,
Apart.
yeah. Because it was a
Like-
great title to have for the PS5.
Yeah, I mean, like I just never because usually launch titles are not like always like top tier, but Rift Apart was like blue like I feel like it was probably one of the main reasons why a lot of people really wanted to get it was one of the main selling points of getting a PS5.
That was my main reason to get a PS5.
Yeah.
It is on mine as well.
Because I loved playing the Ratchet and Clank the movie, the game, which was way better than the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I heard they were making a new one, but it's only for the PS5, I'm like, no, why is it only a PS5? And then thankfully I was lucky enough to get one, and that was the first game I bought, even though it came with other games. But I was like, no, I want to play Ratchet and Clank first. But nice.
On the PS2, I've played all the way up to Dreadlock, I think, which was like its own standalone title. And Ratchet and Clank has been one of my favorite games on the PlayStation to play. So I was also very excited when I heard that they were making this new mainline title. I was also very excited to hear that they were gonna explore Ratchet's past and why there was no wombats or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Best score and music nominees.
Ooh, best score.
So for best score and music, we have Cyberpunk 2077, Deathloop, Near Replicant version 1.224744871139, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and The Artful Escape. Well then,
one of these games I've never heard of.
I've never heard of The Artful Escape.
Yeah.
And it's been nominated quite often, a lot in these categories.
What about all those weird art experiments that have been getting promoted, which are like video games, music videos? Like, there's this one, like, I thought it was like a creepy, like, Control trailer, but it was like a thing for Weezer.
Was it Weezer? I thought it was Radiohead.
Or Radiohead, that's what it was. It was Radiohead.
Oh, yeah.
Weezer was Windjammers 2. But bullshit. Where's Guilty Gear Strive?
Yeah, that's the one where I'm like, where's the soundtrack for that? What the fuck?
Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy is cheating, so that's all licensed music. Although the original stuff they have in there.
Yeah, well, it's talking about not just the original music, it's also talking about the score that's in the game, which it sounds pretty good too.
Licensed soundtrack is also a part of this category. That's what it says. Original song and or licensed soundtrack. That's bullshit.
Hey, what if the orchestra people played they instead of playing like one of their main themes from the Guardians of the Galaxy game, they just like start doing an orchestrated version of Never Gonna Give You Up. They rickroll the entire Game Awards just playing that song.
Oh my god. Nier is gonna win again and they're not gonna play the music again. Automata won this award when it came out. And they didn't play Nier music.
Maybe this year, who knows? Maybe this year Jeff Keighley is like, hey bro, play music.
Obviously, my pick is Nier because it's fucking great. But Guardians is also really strong because it's cheating and using licensed music.
Has anyone heard Cyberpunk or Deathloop's soundtrack?
I have heard a little bit of Cyberpunk's music.
A
little, yeah. They were, as the game was starting to come out. You know, back when all the hype was real back then. They started releasing little snippets from part of their albums. And a lot of it was actually pretty good, but the only problem was that it was very electronic. So I'm not going to see a lot of people liking this sort of genre, at least that much. But I would say that the soundtrack for this game is pretty expensive.
Interesting. But has anyone heard Deathloop's soundtrack?
I'm assuming it's kind of like
no.
The only time I've heard of Deathloop soundtrack was when they forced it in our throats in every conference it was shown in.
Yeah, I'm assuming it has like a Quentin Tarantino style soundtrack or feel to it. I don't know.
I know for me it's between Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy or Near Replicant version 1.224744871139.
Yes.
My pick is probably going to be Guardians of the Galaxy because that's the only one that I've really heard.
I'd have to give it to Cyberpunk and Near Replicant as well.
I'd give it to either Nier or Guardians because I've heard Nier's soundtrack and that's really fucking good. And then Guardians soundtrack is really great too, especially when they incorporated with the game. That was really great.
Yeah, I did like some of the original songs that they had for their, especially from their.
Oh, the Star-Lord album?
Yeah, the Star-Lord album. I thought that was really fun.
But is that really fair? I mean, that's just basically taking someone else's playlist.
Well, this is like the original song they made for the game.
Yeah, there's like a fake band called.
Okay, so we're not okay.
Well, yeah, they have. There's a fake band, and then that they did original music with, and then there's also an orchestra that they did like score as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
There's like 3 layers to this.
It's like an onion.
Cool. It's an onion.
But of course, you can't have the music without the art. So the next category we're going to is Best Art Direction. The Best Art Direction. We're starting off with Deathloop, Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, and The Artful Escape.
didn't have to think for this one. There's a clear outstanding winner, and it's Psychonauts 2.
Yep. Because I'm like, when I think of like art direction, it's like how, like, not realistic, but like how creative they can go with the art. And I mean, Psychonauts 2 that's gonna win it.
Mm-hmm. Just Unbound Creativity, a game where the majority of the levels take place inside a person's mind, and all the things you can do with that.
Yeah.
My pick is going to be Ratchet and Clank, but I think Psychonauts 2 is going to win. But that one's my pick is Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's for me. I'm a little bit torn because I've seen a little bit of screenshots from Canada Bridge of Spirits, and I really like that. It's simple. There's a lot of bright colors, but Psychonauts 2 is carrying something on from its first predecessor, and I really like that style too. So maybe I'm a bit biased.
I mean, Kenya. I've always wanted to pick up Kenya because I've heard it's a really good like Zelda, like Star Fox Adventures kind of clone. Like it's a really good take on that. And so that's what I want. I want to try it out once it gets when it's released physically. So, but I'm like, yeah. But I think when it comes to art direction, I think for me, like Psychonauts 2 really takes it. I would give it a Ratchet and Clank 2. Like I really enjoy that as well. But I think I'd give it personally to Psychonauts. But of course, without the music and the art, you need voices for the games. So our next category are best performances.
Going back to best fighting game.
Best performances goes for, the first one goes off with Erica Mori, who plays Alex Chen in the Life is Strange True Colors game.
Okay.
Giancarlo Esposito, who plays Anton Castillo from Far Cry 6. Jason Kelly, who voices Colt Vaughn in Deathloop. Maggie Robinson, who plays Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil. And then Ozioma Akaga, I'm so sorry if I butchered that name, who plays Juliana Blake in Deathloop. Now, there's two people that could possibly win it, but I think there's a clear winner for this. But I'll let you guys decide, or you let me guys know. Who do you think?
Yes, it is Erica Mori who played Alex Chen from Life is Strange.
She's obviously the winner. No one else.
My pick is Maggie Robinson for Lady Dimitrescu, and that's not me simping. That's not me simping. That's like I thought she was really good, honestly.
Well, for me, I'm picking Maggie Robinson because I am simping really hard.
Yeah, as a certified simp, I'm going for Maggie Robinson.
Yeah, Robin, you could have just admitted you were simping like me and Gage, but we get it. You're the straight man here. We just it's kind of obvious. I mean, it could have gone to Giancarlo, but he's not in the game that much from what I've heard. Even I've also heard Far Cry 6 is not that great. And but Maggie Robinson, she became popular, memed, and very discussed because she the character Lady Dimitrescu is a wonderful, very wonderful character. I won't go into details why, but audience at home definitely know.
Play Resident Evil Village to find out.
Yeah. What about you, Julie? Go to your local library and learn about Lady Dimitrescu.
Well, since I love Resident Evil, I will choose Maggie Robinson.
Congratulations, Maggie Robertson.
Yes, congratulations. You win this, and I will be shocked if anyone else wins best performance.
I mean, I wouldn't for the guy from Far Cry 6, but
yeah,
he's really good.
Oh yeah, he's a great actor, but Lady Dimitrescu,
this is a fan thing. So
what I love about Lady Dimitrescu, she has a really big hat.
What was that, Julian?
I said, what's not to love about Lady Dimitrescu? She has a really big hat.
Yeah. She's got
Huge hat.
a huge hat. Love the hat. Love the big hat. What about you,
Oh,
Robin? What do you like about her?
But
Thank you,
for
Robin.
performance, they need to read. They need to read a script.
Oh yeah, good transition, Robin. But yes, as Robin said, you know what's good with what it's like. Why do you have actors? I'm like, you need something for them to read, and that's where we go to our next category, best narrative. So we have Deathloop, It Takes Two, Life is Strange, True Colors, Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, and Psychonauts 2.
I think this one's gonna go to Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep. For me personally, I would give it to Guardians of the Galaxy, and I think I think it will take it. Deathloop, I don't really care for it. It Takes Two, it's an alright story. Psychonauts 2, I do not know the story, but it could potentially be a good story. Life is Strange, fuck Life is Strange. I don't like those games. I hate those games. I just think they're plain dumb.
Well, if it's a best narrative game, wouldn't you go with Life is Strange? Because it's a narrative game.
No.
Shut
no.
up.
Because I think out of all these that I've seen, besides Life is Strange, because fuck you, I think Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy not only was a great surprise of a game, but also its narrative was really fucking good. Mm-hmm. Unlike Marvel's Avengers, where it was not even good cheese, it was some shitty cheese that someone shat on and just was cringe and shit.
Very graphic.
Very just shitty. Guardians' story felt like it was a mix of what we know from the MCU, but taking its own direction with it in a really good way.
Mm-hmm.
And
I originally would have given it to It Takes Two, but after playing through Guardians, I was like, yeah, I would give it to Guardians.
Yeah. What about you, Robin?
I already said mine. I said Guardians.
Okay. What about you, Robin?
Fucker, I swear.
What about you, Julian?
Oh, I'm just gonna go with Life is Strange.
Oh my god.
Those are the only kind of games that I've never played, and I've never played them because they're only one specific kind of game. And
but of course, you can't have the narrative and the performance and everything without the game direction. I know that was a shitty transition, but we are going to the nominations of Best Game Direction. And our nominees for Best Game Direction are... Dun 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 dun. Oh shit. Oh, there we go. Deathloop, It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, and Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Well then.
An award for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. I feel...
Thank you, I was about to ask.
Yeah, direction is a very vague thing, but I feel personally Tim Schafer should never win the award for Best Game Direction, as he is notorious for not getting a game out when it's supposed to.
Yeah. I've heard a lot about Returnal.
Yeah, Returnal's great.
So did I. I'm kidding. Yeah, no, I've been hearing good things about it too. Not as big as for like Ratchet and Clank and Psychonauts 2, but no, I've been hearing good things about Returnal.
Obviously I wouldn't give it to Deathloop or It Takes Two because I haven't played them, but at the same time, like, am not interested in those games. Returnal, I've heard a lot of what they do with the story and what they do with the game, so I'm like, okay. But with Psychonauts 2, I haven't heard much about it because I don't want to get spoiled with it until I beat Psychonauts 1. So I think my kind of obvious winner, I would give it to Ratchet and Clank But I kind of wouldn't be surprised if they gave it to Psychonauts 2 or Returnal. Like it could be possibly, but I think for me personally, I would give it to Ratchet and Clank. What about you, Julian?
Yeah.
I would give it to Returnal.
Returnal?
Only because like it's a story, but it's a light shooter with a story. The more you play the light shooter, the more story you get. And it just sucks because it was one of the very first games, and it just got buried by every other game that came with it. So now Returnal will be the less known PS5 game.
Oh yeah, like it's that's kind of the shame because like I've been hearing like from people that I watch like YouTubers that were talking about like yeah this game's really good, but it was like like shoot under the rug because of like all these other big exclusives that were coming out for the PlayStation 5.
Yeah.
And so it never really like came to fruition and stuff. But it has like a small community that's like building up to it.
It was definitely a rough sell for like because I think it had just came out when I got my PS5, and I was like, am I gonna grab this? People have been saying really good things about it, or do I grab Demon Souls remake and my Resident Evil Village pre-order? Stuff like that.
It's like, oh, would I get? It's like I don't know about Returnal 2. I've never heard of this game or this stuff, but I really want to get Ratchet and Clank or Psychonauts 2, and so it's like it's kind of a shame. But like once people started playing it, they're like, no, you should pick it up. It's really good, and so that's where it's all like, But I wouldn't be mad if Returnal takes it. I'd be pretty happy, honestly.
Yeah, same. Was it also the first game to utilize the PS5's new features, like the adaptive triggers and whatnot?
I think so. I want to say
so, yeah.
Possibly.
Possibly could have. I might be wrong, but I know when it launched, there was an issue with it where you couldn't like close it and your save data could like be messed up and stuff. But I know they recently. I do remember that they fixed it up later on.
I think my pick is going to be Ratchet and Clank for best game direction. So, but yeah, that's my pick. And now we're on to the very final thing.
We're in the last one.
I'm Jeff Keighley 30 years from now. And
I sound like Trump. Why?
but of course, we're in the last category, ladies and gentlemen, and that's obviously best mobile game.
Yes. Final. Yes. Yes.
As you can tell, Robin is really excited for best mobile game. As you cannot tell, Robin only streams mobile games and only mobile games. Specifically PUBG, but only with bots.
That is what we call a callback, ladies and gentlemen.
But no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just joking. We're actually going to be talking about the game of the year, and we got a hefty one. We're talking about the game of the year. I know, Julian. Sorry, but yeah, we're not talking about mobile games. But most likely, Genshin Impact will win it unless Fortnite comes and destroys everything and kills everyone. But yeah, game of the year, we have Deathloop, It Takes Two, Metroid Dread, Psychonauts 2, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and Resident Evil Village.
Really quick, was there a car alarm going on in the background?
Yeah, I don't know if the recording caught that, but there was a train sound before, and now there's like a car honking its alarm off. But if you hear that, that's yeah, my farts just sound like cars honking now. It's a weird condition. Yeah, I'm actually outside recording this. I just have really good audio that covers the sound, but it can't cover car sounds. But anyways, so yeah, that's the game of the year nominees. Let's go around the table. We'll go with Mr. Julian first. Who do you think will win it, but who do you want to win it?
Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Edgar, and I will take this first lunch. Okay, what I like about this year is that there's not a clear-cut winner. Last year, of course, y'all remember who took it. It was
The Last of Us 2.
But yeah, but who I wanted to win was Ghost of Tsushima, and those were my top two picks for being game of the year. But this year, there's just there's a lot of good ones. You've got Metroid Dread, you got Psychonauts, you got Ratchet and Clank, you got Village. So, but if I had to give it to a game, I'm honestly torn between Metroid Dread and Ratchet and Clank. Those two seem like very good games to me, at least this year.
I see.
Here's next.
What about you, Mr. Gage?
Going through everything, fucking tired of hearing about Deathloop, but very surprised that it ended up being a decent game, and it ain't my pick, but good for you, Arcane. Good luck for Back for Vampires, or whatever your Left 4 Dead clone is going to be.
Left for Vampires.
It Takes Two, definitely didn't like it as much as A Way Out, but still really decent game. Metroid Dread, haven't played it, but I really haven't heard anybody say almost anything bad about it. Psychonauts 2, solid game, but don't feel it's the best game of the year. Ratchet and Clank, also haven't played it, but definitely a great showing of what the PS5 can do, and there have definitely been worse Ratchet and Clank games, I know that, but I would like to get to play it at some point. And Resident Evil Village was one of my most anticipated games of the year, and definitely one of the reasons I picked up a PS5. So, personally, because I haven't played Dread, I would give it to Village, but I'm assuming Metroid Dread is going to take this when the awards come on award day.
What about you, Robin?
I'd probably say, like, I think Metroid Dread is going to be the one that wins it, but I want either Ratchet and Clank or Resident Evil Village to win.
I see. I know for me personally, I think this was so, like, for most of it, this year's nominees, I played most of these games, and I think a lot of them, and even if I didn't play them, I think they're really, like, most of these are, like, kind of strong contenders for Game of the Year. Like, they're good picks for me personally. So, like Deathloop, I never really played it, but I've heard decent things about it. It Takes Two's the same way, so I can't really say on that. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart was a really, really fun game. Like, it was super, super fun. Resident Evil Village, same way. I haven't played it, but from what I've seen, it really seems like it's very immersive, very, like it could be scary at times.
Psycho, so scary.
So scary, I peed my pants. Oh, no.
Psychonauts 2, I haven't played it, but I really am excited to play on that. But I haven't, at the same time, I haven't heard as much for Psychonauts 2, so I don't think it would win it. And then for me personally, obviously, I have my gut's telling me I have a feeling Metroid Dread might take this. Like, it's a very strong possibility Metroid Dread could take this. My gut's telling me, and my heart, for me personally, I would love if Metroid Dread takes this. A 2D, one of the queens of Metroidvanias, hence for the name, taking the Game of the Year award would be great. I would love that. But I would not be mad if Resident Evil Village or Ratchet and Clank took it. I honestly wouldn't be mad.
Oh, I just remembered why Ratchet and Clank takes it. And that is the term "lom bussy." Good night, everybody.
What is this show now? Like, what?
We've said
Yeah, recover from that. You try and recover, or you just end the recording.
But yeah, guys, that's what were our thoughts on some of the nominees that happened here. Before we all get on our time traveling suits and time travel to the future after the Game Awards happened, you know, other than the awards they show it there, the thing that appeals a lot to the people is the game announcements. And Jeff Keighley's been teasing everyone, saying like, holy shit, I just saw a trailer that's gonna premiere at the Game Awards, OMG. And so I want to. What are our thoughts? What? Like, we don't have to name like a shit ton of games, but other than small indie games that they'll most likely be showing over there, what kind of big reveals will we might see at the Game Awards? I have one in mind, but I don't know if you guys want to go first.
I have a feeling we're going to. Oh shit! I had it in my head and I just fucking lost it.
I could say mine, so you can remember.
Yeah, that'd probably be best.
All right, so this is my big brain theory, and this is from coming from someone who's have not played these type of games. So there's a thing that Jeff Keighley hinted, saying there's a game that's coming announced that they haven't announced in a long while, or like in like 2 years. He's been working with this company and talking and interviewing them for a couple of years now. Obviously, that most likely could mean Hellblade 2 will finally be shown again, since like the previous Game Awards that they showed it. And we'll finally see.
Who's talking about? Oh, okay. God, I was thinking of something else. Okay, I know what you're talking about. Hellblade 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we haven't seen that in a while.
And so,
God, dude, I was thinking, for some reason you said Hellblade, and for some reason, if you remember the PS3 launch title, Heavenly Sword.
oh damn.
That's what I thought of.
I
I thought, who's talking about Heavenly Sword 2? My bad.
You're good, but it most likely could be Hellblade 2, and that could be pretty cool to show. But my brain was thinking. Now, I remember in the past, Mr. Jeff Keighley interviewed a specific company in his past, and they also, I believe, I might be wrong, someone could correct me, but he did announce a specific game from the specific company, and it premiered in the Game Awards or either his Summer Game Fest. And I'm thinking this might be the time where it could finally happen. I think one of the big reveals that could potentially be the thing that Jeff Keighley says his jaw was dropped and he was super excited. Because I'm like, what is a game and what's a reveal that could be so surprising? It can't be a Smash reveal anymore because Smash is done. It's like, it can't be Zelda because we see multiple of it, but unless it's like the title, but I feel like we could potentially see something from Nintendo, but that's not what I'm thinking. A game announcement that would make the world go crazy, or a lot of people go crazy.
God, this is just like waiting for the announcement for Half-Life 3. Just fucking say
it! Half-Life Alex 2!
I've never been in such anticipation.
I think the game they will talk about at the Game Awards that Jeff Keighley's like, holy shit, it's gonna be Kirby Epic Yarn 2.
Yeah,
No. It's gonna be. No, it's gonna be. I think they'll show Half-Life 3.
Either it's gonna be Half-Life 3, or it's gonna be. It's either gonna be Half-Life 3, or it'd be that rumored Half-Life Citadel, which is like a VR multiplayer game that they're also working on. So I have a feeling if it is gonna be Valve, it'll either be one of those two.
But I think
most likely Half-Life Citadel.
Yeah.
Valve.
But if they want to rock the socks off of the people out there, and also your socks, Robin, it would the game would have to be Half-Life 3.
Oh yeah, no, I'd be really fucking ecstatic if they announce Half-Life 3.
Same, but there's no possible way.
Yeah,
Half-Life 3.
That's why I have a feeling it's if Valve is gonna be that company, it's most likely gonna be Half-Life Citadel.
Yeah, this is just my big brain theory. Take it with a huge grain of salt. It's most likely going to be Hellblade 2 that he's all like, oh, we've been working with this company for a while, so it could be that. That's what I'm thinking. But obviously, I kind of feel like Nintendo will show something off. It could be more Bayonetta 3, but it also could be like, oh, here's the title for Zelda.
I remember, yeah, that was one of them, that they would finally reveal the title for Zelda. Another one that I'm anticipating is to show a gameplay trailer or show something of that Harry Potter game.
That's right.
Oh
yeah.
I'm about that, yeah.
Yeah, and another one That it'd be some shit if they show GTA 6, but I don't think they're going to.
No, they're too busy. They're too busy needing to fix the trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. Another one would be the Indiana Jones game by Machine Games. That's
right.
Yeah, that's being published by Bethesda. That's another one I'm expecting to see.
I kind of hope it's not gonna happen, but I kind of hope they kind of like show a bit more of God of War Ragnarok, or maybe like a release date.
I would love a release date.
Because that's show me something God of War Ragnarok at the Game Awards and I'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Or maybe they might show more of that Perfect Dark game that they've been working on. That they announced last time.
Oh yeah, Perfect Dark.
Oh,
I forgot about Perfect Dark.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And from what I believe, isn't the people that are working on the Perfect Dark game like people who used to work from Santa Monica and Naughty Dog? That's what I've been hearing.
If that's true, then that'd be fucking great.
Oh yeah.
Is it an internal project, Microsoft Studios?
Yeah, it's by Microsoft Studios, but I don't know. But that's what I was hearing. Like, it's people who used to work from Santa Monica and Naughty Dog.
I don't have any predictions, except I think NetherRealm Studios will have something to show off.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Either Mortal Kombat 12 or Injustice 3, or maybe even if they actually did get the rights to do a Marvel game.
Oh yeah, that's right. I kind of hope it's like a Marvel game where they do like Marvel DC. That would be super cool, but that's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
But it'd be cool. I kind of hope it's not Mortal Kombat 12, but I know that 11 made them a lot of money. That they would go and make a 12, but I really hope it's not. I'd rather have Injustice 3 or like that Marvel game.
I wouldn't mind another Injustice, but if they did do Injustice or even this Marvel game, I really, really want to see something different.
Yeah, it would have to.
I feel the Injustice games were a much more traditional type of fighter than what Mortal Kombat was.
Mm-hmm.
But the Injustice games fell into this weird trap of being a grounded fighter that had way too many projectiles and not enough ways to deal with them.
Yeah, I feel like I kind of hope they get more creative if they make another Injustice instead of keeping it that same kind of formula they did with MK12 and Injustice 2.
Mm-hmm.
Something different, kind of more much more interesting mechanics. Hopefully,
I definitely want to see something different.
I think for me it's like the only Nintendo reveals that I feel personally they could announce is just Bayo 3. I would love for more Bayo 3 stuff.
Yes.
I'd go
more Bayo 3.
I love more Bayo 3, but I would also really love for them to like, here's the title of Breath of the Wild 2, because that's another big brain thing, because they've been saying like ever since they showed more Breath of the Wild 2 at E3, they did say they had more to show later this year, and it's still this year, so that's why I'm like, there's a possibility, maybe, maybe there's a chance, but I'm like, it's really up in the air, because honestly, like, because I don't know what other like big reveals that they could have that could make everyone go crazy.
Something for me, I always want to see whenever there's like a big gaming news thing. And of course, I, a man who yearns for a simpler time, I would like to see some sort of teaser for Titanfall 3. I know that's never going to happen. But that's
man.
Damn.
Have I got some news for you? Because I was just looking at headlines, and Respawn put out a thing 2 days ago that the original Titanfall will be discontinued from sales.
Oh
no!
F in the chat.
The PC one?
I'm just assuming Titanfall 1 everywhere.
Oh,
isn't Apex technically like canon to the Titanfall series?
Yeah, but
it's not the same.
Yeah, there's still hope. We can still hope, man. We can still hope.
Titanfall.
Yeah, but something I would like to see more is more stuff from Elden Ring. That's one of my most anticipated games.
Ooh, I'm excited for that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it sure sounds like it. Jesus.
Oh yeah, you know what? Also, they could possibly show the DLC they announced that they said they're working on for Resident Evil Village.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I always keep forgetting about that. There's
Yeah.
DLC coming.
Remember that E3 conference Capcom had that was nothing?
Yeah.
That's where they announced the DLC.
Right. The one where everyone got pissed.
It was just words. It was just text on a black screen. It was just like DLC coming for Resident Evil Village.
They told us what was coming, and we still got fucking mad.
Yo, do you think they're gonna show Deathloop?
Robin?
Definitive edition.
Yeah,
It's definitive. It's the next Skyrim.
Game of the Year edition.
Oh no! What if when they do the Rick Roll orchestra for the Game Awards, that's when they prank us and none of the Game Award nominees win. They give it a Skyrim again.
God damn it. They give it to Fallout 3. Specifically Fallout 3.
We give the Red Dead Redemption 2 award to Skyrim.
But yeah,
Me waking up from a boring ass press conference. I see you're finally awake.
You're finally awake. What conference was I in? Capcom's. What? Why? I don't know. They announced Evo for
I don't know.
Street Fighter. I don't know. Oh, look, a dragon.
Street Fighter's gonna be at Evo. Holy shit! Stop the presses.
But if there's any other predictions you guys have, we can set up our time machine stuff to travel to the future.
Let's just go ahead and travel forward in time.
Alrighty.
We got to do it like the like in Wayne's World where they go.
Not now, idiot.
No, don't do it. We gotta transition. Perfect. Okay, we have to all do it in unison. Okay, Robin.
Okay.
Alrighty. We're all ready?
yes.
Alrighty. And go. Oh God. No. Yes. Welcome. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. As to for you audience, it feels like only a couple of seconds, but for us, it was a couple of days. Since the day of this recording, it's been I think a couple of weeks. The time machine kind of fucked with us and sent us too far into the future, almost close to Christmas.
I forget when the Game Awards was.
I feel older.
I forget like the date.
Yeah, I feel like we've all been feeling older. I think Julian feels a bit older.
Most definitely.
Oh yeah, it was your birthday, right?
Yeah, I did. That's right. I totally forgot.
Yeah.
This happened on the 9th?
Yeah. Yeah, we were in that time machine longer than we should have. I think it sent us too far into the future, but it's a one-time thing, and I guess also by the looks of it, Robin's not here.
Oh no.
Oh, I see where it took him. It took him to the insane streets of California. Oh boy.
Yeah.
Hopefully Robin at this point he's surviving the high-tech traffic over there in LA or whatever part of California he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully the time machine didn't mess him up too much. But who knows? Maybe we'll see in the future. So, we're as you can tell, yes, we're here, and we are at the point where we saw the Game Awards, and there's some interesting, there's some surprises, and
my god,
there is some whack stuff. We can I feel like we'll start with some of the main kind of big awards that kind of surprised me. Which I want to start off with best indie debut indie game, which I personally was kind of surprised that they gave it to Kenna.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise.
which that's on my list of games I want to play. The only reason I never bought it was I've been waiting for the physical version, which is released already. Like they released it already on physical.
Oh,
This
really?
was like a third-person adventure game, if I'm correct, right?
Yes, it was more in line with Breath of the Wild, kind of an
Mm.
adventure exploring kind of game.
Yeah, from what I've heard, they say that it's very similar to like Star Fox Adventures and like a Zelda game.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Oh,
Yes.
it's been a fucking while since I've gotten some Star Fox Adventures, but
Oh yeah, I also noticed. I guess the time machine fixed Julian's microphone.
Indeed.
mhm.
I came out of a black hole. I mean, there was a dinosaur and everything, and oh man, I swear I looped the entire universe maybe once or twice. But
Yeah. Oh. But hey, I guess the time machine fixed it up, and now you sound much
Yeah.
better.
Mhm.
yeah, the last one was just a side effect.
Also, looking at the nominees here for indie game, I didn't realize Devolver had 3 nominees in this category.
Damn.
Oh,
I always
Since
feel like
they're a publisher, but they definitely try and get as many neat ideas out there as much as possible.
that's pretty good.
yeah. They've released some really good games, Devolver. I'm really
Yeah.
excited to try out Death Door. I haven't played it yet, but I really want to
That
try
was a
that out.
nominee. Yeah, always loved Inscription. People hate on 12 minutes for being shit, but I mean, I'm assuming it's at least interesting.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, but I've heard the ending's just really
Yeah,
that kind of ending.
man.
Yeah,
Willem Dafoe can't win with video games.
Yeah.
no.
We're gonna get to that. Oh.
Not, one thing not surprising, but Dream won Best Content Creator because I don't know who any of the other nominees are. What I'm surprised on is they gave It Takes Two Best Multiplayer.
Yeah. Let me take a look at best multi.
Yeah, and it really brings back my point that there's no real winner this time around. There's actually quite a bit of variety, and well, I'm sure we'll talk about it later. But holy moly, was that out of left field?
Yeah,
Big ups to Takes Two, because beating out things like Back for Blood and Monster Hunter, which were really, really big hits this year.
Oh yeah, which that I was just surprised because it's more of a co-op game than I guess it's multiplayer because it is co-op, but I was like, oh wow. But it takes two beat all Nintendo games in the best family category.
I know.
That was a shocker. And I'm like, isn't the game about divorce? Yeah, I can't wait to play this family game where it's about a daughter who's sad because her parents are getting divorced. Unlike that evil mature game Mario Party that is about people who are gambling for money.
Yeah, that was I didn't realize that until I saw like people tweeting about it, and it's like, wow, yeah, this whole category is Nintendo games, and who comes out with it? It Takes Two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what took me out of another one that was like surprising me. I'm like, wow, okay. But of course, no surprise for best fighting game, Guilty Gear Strive took it.
Yep, congratulations, Guilty Gear.
Yeah.
Especially after the Game Awards, at CEO, huge fighting game tournament, we had new character announced, which is Biken.
Oh yeah.
Who's making her return. And I guess big ups. As of today, the 22nd, Melty Blood unveiled their first character for their DLC line.
Ooh.
So good for them.
Hell yeah.
It's definitely raised some eyebrows, but hey, hopefully that gets more people playing Melty Blood again.
Yeah. Well, if you guys are interested, check it out, guys. Hold on, I gotta... excuse me, gotta hit a burp.
Oh, Jesus.
Good one.
Also, I'm happy to say Metroid Dread won Best Action Adventure. I was like,
yeah,
hell yeah.
I was not disappointed with that one.
Yeah, that was a great choice.
I was like, oh, hell yeah. Because I was like, I can't tell you how much I really loved Metroid Dread when I played it. Even from the past to now the future that we travel to, man, this game is super good. Super damn good. And then another surprise that came out of left field, Best Action Game. They gave it to Returnal.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Which I'm shocked, but I'm so happy. I've heard so much good about the game that I'm like, it's the only one that I'm like, I don't think it's gonna win, but I would kind of be surprised, but also glad that it won because I'm not. All the rest of the category is all like, it's kind of iffy.
Mhm.
So I was like, wow,
Yeah,
really?
really happy for Returnal here, especially being kind of an indie game, kind of
Yeah.
not.
It's kind of
I
a
kind of
mix.
I kind of want to say it's like a AA game, which we don't
Yep.
have a lot of anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But
I
it's
think
really good to see this.
yeah, because it's a game that's kind of new and it's not by like a famous developer like Naughty Dog or Insomniac, but it's a game that they really promoted it with the PS5 like heavily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like of a mix. It's like in that category you were saying, like a AA game. But hell yeah, good for them. They deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
It was definitely one of those games where we thought it was going to be buried with what things to come, with things like Demon Souls, Ratchet and Clank, but
Oh yeah.
it pulled it out. I'm glad it did. You know, it was a game that really emphasized putting the headset, the new headset, the PS5 headset to use. It utilized all the features of the controller as well, like the haptic triggers and whatnot, the feel sense, and
Mm-hmm.
it was great. I'm glad it did.
Oh
It's a
yeah.
nice opener for Sony and PS5.
I want to give big ups and huge big middle fingers up to Fortnite fans because Final Fantasy XIV won best ongoing game.
I was like,
Yes, that's right.
because I was like, it's like I don't think I'll give it a Fortnite this time. It's like Fortnite has, it's not as big as it was before. Sure, they just announced the rocks in Fortnite, but I'm like, I don't think so. I'm like, I've heard a lot more from Final Fantasy than anything, and then sure enough, they took the award, and I'm like, yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Hell yeah.
And then I go on Twitter, fucking everywhere. Hose mad.
Hose mad.
Hose mad. Hose mad.
That's hilarious.
Get fucked.
Hell yeah.
I guess this is a point in in Fortnite's cycle where it needs it needs better innovation just to stay alive. Like if it makes you wonder like if their popularity is dwindling, you know, maybe the company is suffering from something because there's only so much you can put in Fortnite before you go, oh, you know, it's Fortnite.
It's like I guess for like
are you saying Martin Luther King Jr. isn't popular?
Oh,
What?
That's what I said.
That's
That's not what I meant.
No, it's because I don't know if you remember that they did that for Fortnite did like a thing for that.
It vaguely remember. I remember hearing about it, but I didn't think of it.
It was
too much of it.
It was so weird and so uncanny that Fortnite was doing that. It's like there's nothing wrong with celebrating Martin Luther King Day because hell yeah, but it's in Fortnite.
Yeah,
where everyone can do like default dances in front of a dead person, and you know how the game is. It's weird.
Yeah. Well,
it wasn't appropriate,
especially since Martin Luther King was a peaceful person, promoting peaceful things, and then you're putting in a game where you're encouraging to shoot someone in the face.
Yeah, but Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty can do Gangnam Style in the mirror pool in front of the Washington Monument while the speech is going on.
Jesus Christ!
I will say I'm kind of like bummed, but kind of excited that apparently, from what I've seen from videos, the web swinging because they added web mechanics in Fortnite because they have Spider-Man in Fortnite now. They have they have a weapon which is like webs, and if you collect those, apparently the web mechanic, the swinging mechanic in that game is better than Square Enix's Avengers Spider-Man DLC, like by far.
Yeah.
To be fair, it would seem like anything would be better than Square Enix's Marvel's Avengers.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And because I saw it, I'm like, how is this better than Square Enix's shitty Spider-Man DLC? And it's like
it's terrible.
And I'm kind of like it's like I saw that they have Spider-Man in the battle pass, and they don't only just have Spider-Man, but they have like they have different costumes for like some storyline that's in Fortnite, but they have the symbiote costume, and they have one of my favorite Spider-Man costumes, which is the Future Foundation costume. And by God, I really like how they designed Spider-Man in it, and I'm so mad that it's in there because they had previous Marvel characters in there, and I've been so tempted to get it. And this one's like, God dang it, why do they have the Future Foundation there? And it looks so good. It looks better than it looks better than Square Enix's Future Foundation suit. Like 1,000 times better than Square Enix and Future Foundation suit. It looks ugly in the Square Enix one. But back to the categories. Not a surprise. Maggie Robertson won the award for best performance for voice acting in Resident Evil Village. For it's no surprise there.
Was there ever any doubt?
Yeah, she was great. Definitely deserved it.
Because I know Mr. Ignat. Why am I feel so bad not really saying his name right. Esposito. His last name, Mr. Esposito. I'm like, sure, he's in it, but he wasn't heavily memed and promoted like Lady Dimitrescu. Miss Big Goth Lady. She wasn't promoted like that, and they didn't. And Far Cry did not embrace that they had Gus from Breaking Bad in there, but Resident Evil Village, they embraced it so much.
I think what really stands out from it is Far Cry really had this big name actor, and they did show him off a lot, especially his face on like a bunch of the promotional material.
Oh yeah.
But for Maggie, she's really kind of a breakout star, and I think that's what led her to winning this award.
And also from what I've heard, Gus from Breaking Bad, he's not even in the entire Far Cry game. Like he doesn't even show up at, like, he's very little in it.
Really?
From like so much from what they promoted from him, he's barely in it, like at all.
Is it like a Vaughn situation from 3?
I want to say maybe, because I've never played the Far Cry games. I just know that people were like, he's barely in the game, so it's like, and from what he does, it's like it doesn't really show that much. Unlike from Lady Dimitrescu, she's like there's a big chunk of the level that's with her. So
yeah, she's definitely not present in the entire game, but I would say she
definitely
has a great impact on the game.
Yeah, they say that she has more. She's more in the game than Gus from Breaking Bad is.
How did Far Cry do, anyways? Like, what were the reviews like?
From what I've heard, people who liked Far Cry 5 say that they did not like Far Cry 6.
Wow.
I'm just browsing a Metacritic here. For PC, we have a 75 critic and a 3.6 user.
Ooh.
Oh, wow, user. Yeah. Oh, but that's just from the PC. I don't know why I'm looking at Ubisoft games on PC. I really shouldn't do that.
He's like force of habit.
Yeah. But like on PS5, we have a 74. Why is there a Stadia version? I'll never know.
I forgot Stadia's a thing.
Yeah.
I want to take this moment to apologize for reminding you. I am terribly sorry I did that. And the Series X version has an 80.
Oh, wow.
So it seems to have done okay, pretty good critically, and user scores, you could always take those with a grain of salt, but they're pretty low.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, good for her. I think she really deserved it.
Yeah, definitely.
I called it. Nier Replicant would win best score in music and not have any music played. Not even a transition song. I don't even know if it was played during commercial breaks. I don't know.
No, they never played any song from Nier at all. They did it, and because I remember I was seeing the awards and like, it's gonna go to. I'm like, last minute I'm like, yeah, they're gonna give it a Nier, and they said it, and I was like,
yep. Come on. Yes.
And then pretty cool. I gotta listen to this some later then.
It's pretty good. It's really good. And best audio design, they gave it a Forza, so Forza's been getting a bunch of awards.
Had a feeling Forza would take that.
Is there any other racing car game? I don't remember.
Hot Wheels.
Okay.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a Hot Wheels game somewhere on here?
Yeah, it was in the sports and racing nominations,
Sports and racing, right?
Okay.
and it Forza beat it.
Oh, that's right. There was that open world racing game too, where you're like BMXs, wingsuiting.
Oh,
So I forgot about that one.
Oh,
I forgot about that one. I can't remember what the name
yeah.
it is.
That's
The game that I was surprised that won for best art direction, and I'm kind of a bit bummed, was
yeah.
Deathloop won best art direction, which I was so confused because I'm like, from what I've seen from Deathloop, I was like, why didn't they give it to Psychonauts,
Yeah.
or
I
like at
feel
all
s-
give it to like Ratchet and Clank or Kenna, but specifically Psychonauts 2? I was
Yeah,
like, what?
I feel Psychonauts 2 was robbed in this.
Oh yeah. And I was like, what the hell? And I was like, no one cares for Deathloop. Only the few people do, man.
and those people are usually fans of the Dishonored series.
Mhm.
Yeah. I agree that the statement "kill every motherfucker" is a strong statement, but really feel they should have gone to Psychonauts.
It should have, like 100%. But we can't control what Jeff Keighley does. He's not. He's I guess paying the bills or whatever. Mr.
Freaking Deathloop, it would even go to win Best Game Direction.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, what?
I guess.
I guess it had a good direction, even though people
It's
who
not
were,
right here.
because even people who said that are fans of the Dishonored series said that this was the weakest game that the developers have made recently.
Ooh, I wonder if they'll prove that wrong with Back for Vampires.
Back for Vampires. That game that I barely can remember what it looks like. I don't even think they showed gameplay for it.
No, it was
I-
just a CG trailer.
Damn. Also, super happy that Guardians of the Galaxy won Best Narrative. Highly deserved. A really good
Pretty
story.
cool.
Really happy with that.
Such a good story in that game. That's why I'm like, hell yeah. And then the best game direction should have gone to any of the nominees that were here. It Takes Two, Returnal, Psychonauts 2, or Ratchet and Clank. Could have given it to any of those guys, but they just were like, no, we're gonna give it to Deathloop because we haven't shoved it in your face enough.
Oh, for the last time, for the first time, Deathloop.
Damn Deathloop. And then out of the blue, when we found out who was winning the awards, I had a feeling this game had a higher chance than anything to win Game of the Year, which I was still shocked that won it. It Takes Two.
Hey,
And I was like,
fuck the Oscars.
Yeah, what's that all about?
I can't really remember, but I know he was all like, he says it out loud during the game where it's like, yeah, fuck the Oscars. He's like, fuck the Oscars.
Joseph Farnes.
But it's
writer and director.
I don't know. Has he made something else that wasn't movies, or was it just that he just says fuck the Oscars?
I don't know. I guess a quick look.
Well, this is what I was saying earlier. It's like there's no this anyone had the potential to win.
Oh yeah.
This year because there was no clear cut winner, and it just shows how far we've come in gaming as well too. So much variety. But a lot of AAAs they didn't even make it into certain categories. I think Battlefield 2042 only showed up once.
Mm-hmm. Well, then but I think Battlefield 2042 didn't cut. I think it was in the deadline cut for being nominated or not. I can't remember, but I was like, wow, because I was like, I wasn't expecting It Takes Two to like take it. I was kind of like thinking like maybe they're gonna give it to Resident Evil or Deathloop, or I was kind of personally hoping for Metroid. I was really hoping for Metroid, but It Takes Two really took it. I mean,
it was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, and the guy who went up there, he was all like, yeah, fuck the Oscars, fuck the Oscars.
Get some kids, they'll change your fucking life, man.
He's always notorious during the Game Awards to like curse and say stuff. And I mean,
that's pretty cool.
I mean, he wasn't lying when he did say that the Game Awards are getting more views than the Oscars are having recently, which is really true. I think we've said it in the past that at the moment, as the Game Awards viewership is getting higher and higher, the Oscars viewership is getting lower and lower.
In fact, I have a little tidbit here from Joseph Farr's Wikipedia page. On December 7th, 2017, he appeared at the Game Awards 2017, gave a passionate speech while on stage with host Jeff Keighley, where he covered many topics including EA's microtransaction microtransaction controversy with Star Wars Battlefront 2 and his game A Way Out, he also spent time to heavily criticize the Oscars due to their dispassionate take on video games in what became known as his "fuck the Oscars" speech.
Amazing. He went down in history just like that.
And then he brought it up again in this last.
Yeah, when he won it.
This guy's great.
Yeah, good for him though.
Yeah, he really seemed to be really happy to win this award.
Oh yeah,
because he popped off, man. He popped off like fucking some football team. I don't watch football. Like some team just fucking won.
He's like, hell yeah!
Gets up, rips off the mask, getting everyone sick, and he just fucking pops off. It was great.
Oh yeah, but of course, as we said before, the game announcements, and
oh boy, here we go.
They had some pretty good announcements, some all right announcements, some surprising announcements.
So I could start with mine since I have like a whole breakdown of the show in notes.
Yeah.
Anytime something came up, I just took note of it. And basically, my show starts and peaks with the very end of the pre-show. And with that, the final announcement before we start the big show is Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is coming to PC and PS4.
Yeah. It's coming to PC, PS4, and Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, and Switch. Oh man, this game is fucking awesome. It is a 2D fighting game made by Arc System Works.
Ooh.
And this was like their biggest game before Exerd would come out. And I thought this game was like magnum opus material. I thought it was like one of the best fighting games out there. And man, this like made my whole night. And this was the peak, and it could only go down from there. Because today, reports come out. It's funny that we chose today to do this, because with the news, Persona 4 Ultimax will have delay-based netcode at launch. However, the devs are considering adding rollback via patch post-launch.
What the fuck?
Oh.
Why wait? Put it like when it comes out. Why?
Oh, man.
Hey, Atlas, if you're somehow watching this, or anyone that's working on Persona 4 Ultimate right now, or
Persona 4 Arena Ultimax.
Yeah, if you're those guys, fucking add rollback netcode. For God fucking sake, man, come on.
There's many more people more articulate than me, say Jam or Maximilian Dude, who can talk you all about the wonderful beauties of rollback netcode.
Yes.
And I am here just to parrot that. You could go find them for a more in-depth discussion. But we are moving towards a point where we need better online for our fighting games, and rollback netcode is the way to go.
Yes.
So why in the fuck don't we have rollback netcode? I could load up Ultimax here on my 360, go online, and have the exact experience we're gonna get in the year of our Lord 2022. That is no buenas.
No buenas. No Gucci. Come on, guys.
Damn fuckers.
But that was a surprise to me, and I was excited for that. I'm not really into Persona because I've never played the games. I know my brother's a big Persona fan, so not surprised if he was excited when he saw that.
Mm-hmm.
Another game that kind of like took me by left field was they're making a Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. That was during the pre-show. I was like, huh.
Yeah, I somehow didn't take note of that. Yeah, it's the I believe it is the former Friday the 13th devs.
Yep.
Are going to be working on this.
Mm-hmm.
And what Chainsaw Massacre game.
It's the equivalent. It's a 4v1 kind of game.
That's interesting. Hopefully it turns out good.
Yeah, I would like this one to actually get constant support, unlike the woes that I was gonna say FF14. Damn it, Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That's the trouble that game went through.
Yeah.
Also weird because Leatherface is also a thing in Dead by Daylight, and that is I wonder what they're gonna do with that if that's just gonna stick around, or it's gonna disappear like the Stranger Things property did.
Oh,
Because
really?
yeah, fucking Steve and what's her name and the Demogorgon are just no longer available.
Oh, wow.
They kept around their gameplay perks and abilities and shit, but I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
That's whack.
Mhm.
Really whack.
So yeah, when the devs aren't busy making NFTs of Pinhead and not listening to the community,
Yeah.
doing whatever the fuck.
They're like, hey guys, you like NFTs? Get these, even though they can be, made in multiples, but we're gonna make it exclusive because we're stupid
Yep.
and shit. Fuck NFTs. That's
Fuck
all I'm gonna say.
NFTs. One of your predictions came true, and we saw more Hellblade.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, they actually are showing Hellblade, and oh my god, it actually looks.
It looks real damn good.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, that's kind of creepy.
At first, I was like halfway into the presentation, I was like, oh man, they're not showing any fucking gameplay. What is this trailer shit? And I was like, wait a minute. This is exactly what Hellblade was. It was very much a adventure game.
Mm-hmm.
It was very much a experience than it was say an action game.
Yeah, from what I've never played Hellblade, but that's what I've been hearing a lot of it. Of what it is.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. Also, they finally gave a fucking release date for the Cuphead DLC that we've been hearing for years.
Yay, Cuphead lives.
And I'm
just 6 more months. Woo!
June 30th, ladies and gentlemen. Cuphead in the delicious last course. And there's a third playable character.
Yeah, Miss Chalice.
And I was like, oh, what do you guys think of Among Us VR?
That's gonna be great. Like to play with friends.
Among Us VR. That's a fucking great idea.
When I saw that, I was like, "What indie game are they talking about?" And then I couldn't figure it out because I didn't remember the art style. And then when you turn around and then one of the Among Us characters, I'm like, "Oh my god, they're making it VR!"
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be another Rick and Morty VR thing because that's what the art style reminds me of.
Yeah. Also, out of nowhere, they're making a Gollum game. Lord of the Rings Gollum?
They've been talking about this a while. Let me see where I took note of it. Oh yeah, I think I just wrote down Lord of the Rings Gollum game. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the art style seems a little weird. He's got like moe anime eyes.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, that doesn't look like looks like a very anime-ish Gollum instead of the Gollum I know.
He has the clean faces mod. He went on Nexus Mods and got the clean faces mod.
Oh yeah, we also got an announcement for a new Star Wars game. I was like, oh, a new Star Wars game, and then we see the company that's making it.
Yeah, they show off this big, nice, pretty CG trailer, and it's like, oh wow, okay,
new Star Wars game.
New Star Wars game. Fade into
Quantum Dream.
It's fucking Quantum Dream, and
the guys behind Detroit Become Human and Heavy Rain.
And Detroit and Beyond Two Souls, and in fact, a content creator that I watch named Wooly Versus on YouTube. He was live streaming the announcements at the Game Awards, and when you ever have a chance, just watch that video. And that's how Quantic Dream makes people feel. If you ever get a chance to watch that. That is a picture perfect reference.
I do need to. I'm gonna watch that after this. But another game they announced. It's by the company that makes the Middle Earth Shadow of War developers, Monolith Productions. A new Wonder Woman game.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna be, or what time period it's gonna take place, or if it's gonna tie in with the movies. That's one of my biggest concerns about this game.
Mm-hmm. I kind of hope it's its own original thing.
Yeah, I'm assuming it'll go with a Spider-Man approach, or even like a Guardians of the Galaxy approach. You basically take concepts from comics and then kind of integrate them into your game.
Yeah. And they just had a trailer, and I was like, oh shit, nice. Hopefully Hopefully it's a good game, because that's interesting to have like a Wonder Woman game, and it's by the Shadow of War guys. They've also done Shadows of Mordor as well, which I really like. Shadows of Mordor, a pretty fun one.
I hope they do something with the Nemesis system, which they own and patented.
Oh damn, I did not know
Because
that.
that's always a huge standout from the Mordor games.
And then we have one game that I was actually shocked that they announced this, and immediately when they show this, I'm like, I guarantee Robin is freaking the fuck out right now.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Which is Alan Wake 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was excited.
Let's go.
Because when the trailer starts, it's like this kind of like mysterious, kind of eerie looking thing, and I'm like, wait, why does the guy sound familiar? And then at first I kind of jokingly thought a John Wick game, because he had like the beard and the hair looking.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he had the flashlight. I'm like, is it Alan Wake? And I'm like, John Wick, Alan Wake? And then Alan Wake 2. I'm like, oh shit.
Fuck yeah, it's Alan Wake.
And they actually say they're gonna show more of the game in the summer, so most likely during E3.
They bring out Max Payne's actor to talk about Alan Wake. And I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm expecting him to see him in the game now.
They also
in the meantime, if you wanted more Alan Wake, you could always check out Control, which has DLC called AWE.
Oh.
And that has to do with some Alan Wake stuff.
Yeah, I heard. I did not know that. Now it makes me want to play it.
Also play Control. Control's fucking great.
That's what I've been hearing. I'm like, I want to try that one out.
Yeah, if you're familiar with like SCPs and stuff like that, if you're familiar with that, that's a whole game built around that. Fucking Control.
Should I play Alan Wake first and then play Control, or it doesn't matter which?
I don't think it shouldn't.
I don't think it should, but I would say play all of it.
Excuse me.
Alan Wake's great. Control's great. Just don't stream that because copyrighted music.
Yeah.
And it does have streamer modes, but
the music.
It's like with Guardians of the Galaxy. If you put on that streamer mode, instead of like an original score, they just take music out.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh.
You miss the experience.
Yeah, there's definitely an experience to be had with licensed music, but in the fucking world we live in,
yeah,
it's a fucking nightmare.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
And then I know later on the show they show gameplay for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League by Rockstar.
This looked way better than it has any right to be.
Oh yeah. I was like, okay. I'm down with it. I want. Hopefully they show show more of it, because I do want to see more from this game, because it has promise. It has a lot of promise. I really enjoyed what Rockstar put out for the Arkham game, so I'm kind of hoping this game is also good. The Suicide Squad game.
Yeah,
really hoping for that. But of course, there's other stuff they showed here. Like before we get to like some of those other few ones, I do want to get into the big one in the room. It's not a game trailer, but it's a trailer for a game, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie.
What a great looking trailer.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't fuck it up. It actually looks really, really good.
And honestly, I actually laughed at that bit that Jim Carrey did.
Yeah.
And towards the end where he's basically choking the camera.
Yeah, and just screaming into the camera with his Irish accent.
Don't put it in the grinder. Don't put it in the grinder,
boy.
Do you hear me, laddie? Don't put it in the grinder. And then it just immediately cuts. But
he still got it.
And I remember the last movie I saw before the pandemic ever happened was Sonic the Hedgehog. I remember I believe it was me, Gage, Robin, and a couple of our friends. We drove to the theater when we were like at a trip. And we went into the movie theater to watch it, and we're like, yeah, it's really fun. Like, it's a fun movie. It's like it's not like an artistic masterpiece, but it was fun. I really had a lot of fun.
I'm surprised that it wasn't a massive embarrassment, like it was shaping up to be.
Yeah, and it seems like they have a lot of promise with the sequel. Yeah, I mean, they got the original voice actor for Tails. She's coming back, which hell yeah.
No way.
They hired a voice actor.
Yeah.
Not an actor. I like that.
And I was like, oh wow, and it looks like it's like kind of a mix of Sonic Adventure and the 2D Sonic games where it's like they're traveling to these different like locations and stuff. I'm like, okay, I can dig with this. They're introducing the Chaos Emeralds,
Yeah.
which I'm like, oh shit, is there a potential we could potentially see Super Saiyan Sonic?
I would hope so.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
And then of
And
course the highlight of the trailer, the big highlight, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Knuckles, Mr. Knock it's Knuckles, voiced by motherfucking Idris Elba.
Yeah. And he looks great too.
I know, he looks awesome, and I'm
They
like,
didn't fuck up the design.
and Idris Elba, I'm like, oh shit, he makes him like super like yeah. Instead of having like that kind of goofy voice that they've been giving Knuckles lately, they went back to that very like kind of like serious tone, Lottie, or like very like yeah. It's like, do I look like I need your powers? And then he just body slams Sonic to the ground. It's like boom.
Yeah, they made him less airhead, which is pretty good.
Yeah, a far cry from Travis Willingham's Knuckles and Sonic Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
where they have to go find treasure and they're given a compass, and Knuckles then smashes the compass, and they ask him, Knuckles, we needed that. Why'd you do that? And then he says, no one tells Knuckles which way is north. Fucking love Sonic Boom, but this is something different.
Yeah, the Sonic Boom show, because the Sonic Boom game is a completely different thing.
For other stuff, just naming stuff off here on my list, Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Oh yeah, that game.
I just wrote, feels good to have a PS5, like a fucking asshole.
They showed more of Sonic, that Sonic game, which they gave a title to it, Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah. Breath of the Hedgehog that I have.
Yeah.
They had like the same pose in the beginning of the trailer, where it showed Sonic in like in the tip of a cliff, and it's like panning out to the open world.
The Sonic 2 trailer, the movie trailer, filled me with a lot of hope and joy. This game fills me with, I don't know what to feel, but
fear.
I feel like it's dread.
Definitely fear.
I don't know what to think.
Not to mistake,
what this game could possibly be.
It's like it's a roll of the dice. We could potentially get a Sonic Mania open world fun kind of Sonic game, or we could get Sonic 06. And
oh man, I'm so fucking scared.
And I know people are excited, and I'm like, I'm open minded and intrigued with this, but at the same time, you have to be kind of scared, because Sonic's 3D route is very notorious to being very Sonic 06.
Sega skipped an entire year to work on this.
Yeah,
we got nothing of Sonic last year.
Because the last kind of Sonic stuff we had was Sonic Forces and Sonic.
I forgot about Colors.
Yeah, which not gonna lie, I like Sonic Colors. I personally really enjoy Sonic Colors, except what they try to do with bringing it back. They kind of made it really glitchy on the Switch, from what I've seen.
But this is like something new out of Sonic Team.
Oh yeah, and this is like a next step. Like, they're not going the Sonic Forces route. They seem like they're really trying to experiment with the open world, and it could potentially be fun, but also could potentially be bad. But we won't know until we see more gameplay of it.
Right.
And I hope it's not bad.
Same. I want it to be good, because a open world Sonic game sounds fun. Like running around super fast all around the entire plane sounds fun. It says it's coming out late 2022, so we might see gameplay of it next year. So hopefully.
Yeah, there was one thing I look forward to seeing more of, and that's from the Silent Hill creator with their game Slitherhead.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I know. I remember he says it's supposed to be as horrifying just as the Silent Hill games, and I really hope so, because I have been craving some Silent Hill for the longest time already, and it's just good to hear something from the original.
Yeah, it says straight from the creators of Silent Hill. They even had Akira Yamaoka with the music.
Ooh,
also Slitherhead SH. Little
on
the nose.
Oh,
it took me a while to pick that up, but
Slitherhead.
It looks super interesting. I hope the gameplay is great.
the creature designs are pretty cool, pretty creepy.
Mm-hmm.
And then of course, they showed some Elden Ring with an actual animatronic pot from the game.
Right. Oh, where did I write this down? I said
What was his name? It's like Gary. It was something like that.
Charles, maybe.
It was something like that.
the fucking pot comes out, and I wrote here, I want the letter that he gives them to say Elden Ring has been delayed.
Oh my god, imagine if that happened. Oh no. I think that would break the internet, be like, the pot says Elden Ring has been delayed.
Ooh.
There's this game that they've shown off already recently, but they had another trailer for it that's, I think they gave it a release date, and it's called Tunic, which is, it's embracing that we are a Zelda clone. The fox, the art design they did for the fox, he's basically is dressed like Link and has the Hylian shield.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks cute. It comes out in March, and it looks interesting for me personally.
Yeah, it's got this Diablo-esque kind of camera angle, and it gives me a lot of Titan Souls vibes, if you ever played that. And that was like a kind of like a top-down pixel art Souls-like game. And it kind of gives me vibes of that. But yeah, it now gives me a lot more what was the Link's Awakening remake.
Yeah. Also, another game that I kind of forgot that they announced here, they're making a real-time strategy game of Dune.
Oh yeah, I wrote here, fuck yeah, Spice World the game. Oh, Dune Spice Wars. I thought the time had come to embrace Spice World once more, but unfortunately,
that's what it says here. It says Dune : Spice Wars.
Spice Wars, yeah.
Wow.
Apparently, this is based off a old ass game.
Really?
Yeah. Apparently, Dune was a property. Like Dune.
Yeah, it was a movie in like the 70s or 80s.
Yeah, I know that the David Finch movie, but I think it was also, it had like this really in-depth kind of like Settlers of Catan type of game.
The Spice World game?
Not Spice World.
Spice Wars. My bad. That's what it's called here.
But I remember there was like a classic game for Doom. I think it was like a tabletop kind of game.
Mm-hmm. They also one of the other ones that I kind of remember is the Telltale's making another game, and through the entire trailer they were like, I was thinking like, oh, what are they showing? Is it like, because I'm like, is this Batman in space? Is it the Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale? Is it like, what kind of Telltale property is this? And then they reveal the face of who it is, and I'm like, what? they show the name. It's like The Expanse, a Telltale series. I'm like, what? Who? What is this? I was like, what? It's like, is this supposed to be a surprise? I'm like, am I supposed to know who this is? What? And then later on, they bring the girl who's part of this show, apparently, is based off an Amazon Prime series. And I'm like, what? I haven't seen that Jeff Bezos movie. No, I have not seen that. And I'm like, what? And I kind of lost interest in that because I was like, oh, is this like a Batman in Space Guardians? I'm like, what is this? And then, what? Huh? And then I forgot about it until now. And then they showed Homeworld 3, which is, I don't know if anyone knows about that game because I don't know it, but I remember. The only time I remember is when I saw Scott the Wasp talk about it in one of his videos, and I was like, oh, oh, that's it. But yeah, there's some other ones that weren't as big as for me personally. Like they had a Star Trek game they announced.
Evil West. That looks like a good one. Looks like a Devil May Cry meets Wild Wild West.
Yeah, it seems kind of like a Punch Lasers-esque, kind of like a new God of War, Uncharted type of combat.
Oh yeah,
that looked really neat.
I forgot about that one. When does that one come out? Did they ever give a release date for that?
I think it was just an announcement. I know they did get a trailer.
Oh damn.
I can riff off a few more here. Everyone hates Destiny, but Destiny 2 is getting another expansion. Nightingale. Do you remember this?
Nightingale. It kind of looks familiar.
That's kind of like the old west or kind of Victorian era characters that had guns and shit, and they were fighting monsters in the old west, and it was like a tower defense, no, like a wave survival crafting
Oh
type of
yeah.
game.
Okay, I remember because this is by like it's by another studio from people who worked at from previous bigger companies.
Yeah, and as soon as they said like survival crafting, I was like, I'll pass.
Oh yeah,
Minecraft.
Space Marine Warhammer.
Warhammer.
Yeah.
That looked pretty cool.
I never played Warhammer, but I thought it was kind of like Doom. I was like, is this Doom? And
I'm not a huge fan of Warhammer, but it seems pretty cool.
Yes, there was one that I thought was pretty cool, and it had that one Lamb of God singer, that metal hell singer, Gods of Metal.
Right. I actually had something to say about this. So yeah, Metal Hellsinger, this arcade FPS with metal music going around. Looked very much like Doom. I was like, what is this extra mode that they're adding? But apparently there was some like ska for this, because apparently it's also made by the same devs who made Bullets Per Minute. If you've ever heard about this game, it's a VR rhythm based shooting game. But at like the same time, there was this other gun based rhythm game that came out by a completely separate dev team, and they might have been related. They might have like splintered off and tried to make their own game. There's some really weird stories going on with this, so more info is needed. So
because I remember seeing some of that game. I honestly thought, I was like, wait, is this like, I don't know. I thought it's like, is this like a Doom clone or something? Like it was trying to be like something like that. But no, maybe I'll check it out when it comes out. Looks
interesting.
Yeah,
I like it.
Excuse me. But they did have like some games that were like, some of them were like not my take, but some of them were interesting. Like they did show more from Forspoken.
Right. I wrote here, Forspoken looks good too. ... Where is FF16?
Yeah, they haven't showed that ever since they announced that. I think at State of Play.
I guess. It's called getting bayoneted. It's happening again.
Yeah, I feel like if Square Enix wasn't ready to show FF, is it 16? FF16?
Yeah, 16.
If they weren't ready to show Final Fantasy 16, I feel like they shouldn't have made a trailer for it. They should have just waited till they were closer to it.
I'm surprised they showed so much and now they don't have anything to show.
Yeah.
Mainly because I think like I don't know how much of the same team, but I know that the art department from FF14 is working on this game.
Oh yeah.
And they are currently busy.
And who's working on the game design on aspect? I know it's like a team that worked on something else.
I want to see if they announced a director. Let me see.
I know for Forspoken comes out May 24th. I'm like, it looks fun. When I first saw it, I was like, okay, this kind of looks interesting.
Directed by Hiroshi Takai, produced by Naoki Yoshida, the producer of FF14.
All right. Because it looks more action than RPG.
They might go a bit more in depth than they did with 15.
Hopefully.
GTFO. That's one of the ones I've been looking forward to playing.
Oh yeah, that's finally coming out of early access.
Yeah, I was very excited about that. I'm a big horror fan, so watching this being as close to survival horror as possible is going to be really good and really fun to play, especially with my mates.
I know I have this on my wish list, so I need to pick it up soon.
Yeah, I remember I think my friends were playing it and I went to pick it up. It was still in early access at the time.
Right.
But I think they only played it for one day and then I refunded it. So now that it's out, I can actually probably give it a try.
And I can't think of what else they showed unless that's kind of it.
Apparently Kojima's coming next year. Del Toro shows a trailer for a film.
Oh yeah,
and Del Toro says fuck Konami.
Yeah. He's like,
he's all like, I kind of wish to make a new Silent Hill game, but
yeah.
Oh well. Fuck you, Konami.
Yeah.
He basically was saying fuck you to Konami because he's like, it'd be cool if we had a Silent Hill game, but it is what it is.
Yeah. PUBG has a crossover with Arcane, League of Legends, a combination of both of my most hated things in the world. So that'll be a thing.
I've heard the Arcane show is good, from what I've heard.
Yes,
it is very good. Everything else around League
is not
I
good.
Can't stand. Or mainly, I just hate League of Legends.
What I remember, like seeing people on Twitter were like, "Hey guys, I know the Arcane show was really good, but please do not play League. I beg of you. This shouldn't convince you to play League of Legends.
Go play Legends Runeterra. Go get ready to play Project L.
Play anything that isn't League." But I guess that's mostly what they showed during the Game Awards.
Yeah, just more little things. Ming-Na Wen looks incredible at 50. K-pop was a mistake.
Oh yeah.
That was that I forgot about that creepy part. That creeped me the hell out.
Yeah, that wasn't great. Raid Shadow Legends and Jeff Goldblum. No.
They took him too. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot we were going to talk about this. The Matrix announcement. Matrix forgot what it's called. Unreal something.
Oh what? Yeah. Are you talking about the demo or the movie?
The Matrix demo.
The demo.
That
it was Awakened. It was Awakened because the movie's called Resurrections.
Because they announced this. I think a couple of days before the Game Awards, and then they talked about it a bit more during the Game Awards, saying that it's playable now specifically on PlayStation 5 and Series X.
Well, the demo's free, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, not the yeah. Well, the game was free. I didn't save them.
Yeah. The Matrix game demo it's free. It's called The Matrix Awakens. The Matrix Awakens, an Unreal Engine 5 experience. And what an experience it is, because I did play it. After the Game Awards, I dabbled on it. I'm like, holy shit. They really, because it's basically, they had the game and they just put everything on high, like on very high quality. And when you're watching it, it's like, holy shit. Like, how is it running this fast with this? And like, there's points where you can see where it lags and like chugs a bit. And there's parts where it's kind of freakishly like realistic, where it's like, what the fuck? Like, it fucks with your mind. Like, I was seeing some of it and I'm just looking, I'm like, I was like, how is this look? What, how?
Welcome to the future.
That's how it felt. And I think it was very smart of them to use the Matrix for this, like for this Unreal Engine experience game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was smart for them to use, especially from what the Matrix is kind of about. I've never really seen the Matrix, but I just know like the kind of the concept of it. And I feel like it makes sense that they use the Matrix for this. Even looking at images like people took from the game, it looks like if it's just an image that they got from the street, which is kind of surreal. And
it is pretty good.
Especially when like at nighttime, like I'm looking at some of this now and I'm like, holy shit, dude. It's like, it's so unreal. Like I can't, it's like, how is this look like real life?
This looks more like what I wanted Cyberpunk to be.
Yeah.
Cyberpunk wishes it looked like this.
Just watch. It's going to be a Cyberpunk remastered, and it's going to be with this engine.
Yeah. But honestly, this was a really good demo. Like, this was a really good demo to release after the Game Awards. It just makes me kind of like, make a Matrix game with this. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That would be pretty dope to have a Matrix game with this. Maybe, hopefully, that's what they could work with, because it seems like that's a good opportunity for this. But this demo so far, if you guys are lucky enough to have get your hands on a PS5 or an Xbox Series X, download this. It's free and it's a really good like experience just to play it, and it'll just show you like how much they can just like cram in to make it look just like that. There's parts where you could tell it's kind of fake and stuff, but just like how technically strong and like good looking it is, it's like, holy shit. How is it not making my PS5 sound like a fucking jet engine like it would on the PS4? That's what makes it like shocking for me. And I'm like, holy shit, man.
Yeah. Unless you're one of those unlucky few that has to void your warranty open up your PS5 and remove the bit of plastic tape that's on your fucking fan that vibrates when the fucking fan goes.
It's like as putting a card on your spoke on your bike. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah.
No Nintendo news, no NetherRealm Studios.
Yeah. Nothing from those two companies, which was kind of surprising.
Yeah.
I was honestly expecting something from NetherRealm and with Nintendo, but Nintendo wasn't here this year. I was like, whoa.
Nintendo sent a sizzle reel about some indies and games they had already talked about.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, wow. No announcements this year. I'm kind of surprised. Unless they want to save it up for their Nintendo Direct that could come in January or February. But who knows?
Kind of worrisome though.
Yeah. But I feel like they have something to show because it feels like they're very confident with the release date for Zelda, for Breath of the Wild 2. I feel like I'm really crossing my fingers they don't delay Bayonetta 3 and they still have it at the date that it's going to come out. I'm just really hoping.
Please, God.
I don't want them to delay it.
At least just keep me informed.
Yes.
Just tell me if you're going to delay it.
Don't leave us in the dark. Come on. I want to see more from Bayo 3, please. But yeah, that's how it ended. Nothing from Nintendo, nothing from NetherRealm. A couple of games that were interesting, a couple of surprises. Deathloop still shoved in our throats.
That reminds me, the year of Deathloop is over because I found my new Deathloop.
Oh.
And you know what that is?
Which was that one?
I first have to say, I love Ashley Birch. I think she's a great performer. But fucking Tiny Tina and Borderlands can fuck off, dude. I don't care.
Oh, yeah. It's I feel like that's gonna be a game that they're gonna just start showing off until it comes out. Like boom, boom, boom.
I did not need a 10-minute trailer about fucking Tiny Tina.
It's like, why do they give us another trailer for that if we've already seen a lot from it? Why do we need to see more?
I'm just surprised they're building upon it.
It's coming out in March. It's like, why are you still showing us so many of these trailers? We already had a lengthy trailer. We don't need another one. It's like just
Gearbox.
Oh God.
Anything by Gearbox, I'm just like, no.
No sorry.
Even when they publish, I'm just like, no.
Didn't they publish Godfall, that game that they eventually made free on the PlayStation Store and had it free for a while on the Epic Store?
Yeah. Fuck that game too.
It's terrible.
But I guess that seems like that's gonna wrap up for this whole our adventure. As you can see, I do want to thank Mr. Gage and Mr. Julian for being our guests on the show today. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
Of course, Mr. Gage, where can everyone find you to keep up with you?
You could find me. I mostly do all my content on my Twitch, which is twitch.tv /OddEyesGardevoir.
Yeah. And of course, there will be a link in the description below on this episode.
Yeah. You can also check out the Twitter, OddEyeGardevoir. Yeah. And that's when I post when I go live.
Hell yeah. You guys go catch him. He plays fighting games. He does some speed runs.
Fighting games, speed runs, or whatever the hell else I'm feeling.
Yeah. And I think Mr. Julian, I don't think you're anywhere, are you?
No, I'm a freelancer.
You could catch him through just, if you find a pigeon that could actually deliver mail, you could probably get one of those and you could mail something to Julian. I don't know if you could find those pigeons. I haven't seen pigeons here in a long while, but he'll probably show up in other episodes. Same thing with Gage. They'll probably show up in other episodes in the future, so you could catch us on here soon in the future. But of course, you could follow us on our Twitch on the description below. Same thing with our social medias and all that stuff, which will all be linked there. If you like this video, if you're listening to this Spotify or you're listening to this on YouTube, give us a subscribe or a follow on those. It'd really appreciate us on us, appreciate it. As I said, Twitch already, and Other than that, any last words from you guys before we head off? Obviously, Robinson time traveled to California, so
No, just game well, everyone.
Yeah, being big Fortnite gamer.
big Fortnite gaming poggers.
Trying to be a positive influence here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, be gaming, guys. With that, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have a wonderful morning, evening, afternoon, night, or whatever day. If this is before Christmas or after Christmas, still happy holidays. Have a happy new year. And bye-bye.
Bye. Matane.
Bye-bye. Adios. Adios.